What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Brandon Coin YouTube channel. We are back in the PC shop today, and I have some more graphics cards to churn through. So these were picked up a while ago, and I just never got around to testing them, but I bought them in an unknown condition. This was kind of like the last little leftover bits from a buy that I got a while back. So we have an EVGA 1080. This is a For the Win edition. This is back when, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like 10th gen EVGA was on their stuff. Obviously EVGA is good all the way up into 30 series, and then RIP, we had never got the EVGA 40 series, but EVGA 10 series is like some of my most favorite iconic cards. So let me get this bad boy plopped into here. Can y'all see that over there? Yeah, you can. I got the wide angle lens on. Let me power this system down real quick. The wall PC has turned out to be pretty decent for like just needing like a fast little computer to boot up and try things in like a Windows environment, because I was previously testing everything in Hive. The only problem with that is if you're not checking the displays, like the card could still potentially mine but not have a working display. And then, I'm selling a card that doesn't actually display anything, which is no bueno. So let's plop this 2080 out of here. It's a 2080 Ti, actually. I was doing a little testing on that bad boy. That's that fancy one that lights up and does all the cool light show. Now we got the 1080 going in. Lock it down, give it power right there, and we'll give it display, and let's power it up. Oh, okay, I did actually test this card. I had this in a pile of untested cards. This is the one I tested the other day that it just flicks the system on and off. So this one must be shorted out in some form or fashion. My bad on that. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the pile of the bad GPUs, because we're taking a bunch of them down to our friends at Silver Knights to get repaired. There's that 580. That's a bad one. Did I test them all the other day? Hold on. Oh, here we go. I did not test this one yet. This is a MSI. It's a 1660 Ti. It's actually a pretty good looking 1660 Ti. Let's see if she boots up and is happy. Oh, let's hit that. Hit that. Aha. Okay, well that's good. It at least turns on. Let's see if we get display out of it. Oh, here's one that I wanted to test out. Vega 56. I was not a huge fan of these cards when they came out. They had a lot of failures, but once they finally figured everything out about them, they quit making them. Vega 56s, Vega 64s. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. 8 gigabytes of HBM2, super fast memory. Oh, all right, I'm gonna let this boot up and go into Windows and check all that stuff, and then we'll move on to the Vega, because nobody's excited about a 1660 Ti. PS, the 1660 Ti mines and also displays output, so yeah, I figured I'd just add that. So now let's power it down and let's throw this Vega in. Somebody messaging me about a 27. They're looking for a 2070 Super, and I actually have one up top. It's a Founders Edition 2070 Super up there. You can't see it right now, but I didn't really want to sell it because I love the Founders Edition and how they look with like the mirror in the middle. But I mean, I guess, gotta do what you gotta do. Can't keep them all. Can't keep them all. I saw somebody in the comment section, they're like, I would be so horrible at a computer shop because I would want to keep everything. And yes, that's true. I do want to keep everything. and it makes it super tough for like getting all this cool stuff in, and then I gotta send it right out the door. So here's this. This is a Power Color Red Dragon. I always thought they did really good with their like branding and stuff. They're like, let's call it Red Devil, Red Dragon, you know. Let's go with all the cool names. All right, power that on. Hit the button. It lights up. Fans are not spinning. We got a light, so we'll let it boot into Windows and see what happens. Be right back. All right, guys, we got bad news on the old Vega 56. Still have the fans are not running. It doesn't show up in Device Manager. When I try to install the drivers for it, it doesn't find it. You know, no compatible device found. But it lights up, so that's pretty cool. We'll put that in the pile of bad GPUs and see if we can't get that one fixed too. Big surprise, it's a dead Vega 56, right? I know that's what everybody's saying right now. It's just like, they all die. It's like the complete opposite of like a 1080 Ti. Because they're just tanks. Even though I have a dead one of those too. Alright, let's plop this out and let's grab the next graphics card. I feel like I've been doing so many dead graphics card videos lately. Don't worry, we have some good graphics cards coming in. Working on, I think I have 3 deals right now. That'll be a combined total of about I think it's like 90 cards. So been trying to get these ironed out for the last few, I don't know, probably 2 weeks now. So I'm super stoked about that. Got a lot of inventory coming. Okay, so right here we have a Sapphire Nitro Pulse 580. These are pretty nice cards from yesteryear. They actually made like a blue version of this that looked really cool. And it was supposed to be like limited edition. They made a ton of them. But yeah, Sapphire was, I mean, do they still make cards? I believe they do. Yeah, they do. They just don't have the same look to them, because Sapphire used to have like really good looking cards. Alrighty, let's turn this on. Okay, it lights up, and we do have fans. We got fans. Look at that. Fans are spinning. That's good news. So let's see if these displays come on. This display is the GT1030. That's my main display. This display is the test card. I put it over top of the card that I'm testing just for logistical reasons. Okay, well, we'll give this a minute to start up, and then I'll go to install the driver and stuff. For some reason, especially on like AMD cards, Windows doesn't normally like to just find it as like a secondary display. I don't know. Be right back. Alright guys, I'm all pumped up. Check it out. Both displays are working. I'm going to try to mine on it. One of the secondary display with the 580 in it, or 570 in it, sorry, it's not a 580, it's a 578 gig, was not working. I installed the driver. It saw that it was there in the device manager, but it still wasn't working. So I downloaded the AMD Pixel Patcher. If you're not familiar with what that is, you can just look up like Polaris Pixel Patcher, 570, 580 Pixel Patcher. Essentially, that means that this card has a modded BIOS on it. Now, this card also has a BIOS switch on it. So the Pixel Patcher patched the modded BIOS so it'll work with Windows, so it doesn't have to be booted into Linux. The modded BIOSes were something that we were doing years ago to get more hash rate on Ethereum, but then, you know, all that stuff got streamlined and built into miners, so you didn't have to actually do it anymore. But this card actually works, which is nice, because I thought it was broken. I'm gonna get it up and mining. We'll see how it does. Alright guys, so I've let it mine for about, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes now. Everything seems to be hunky-dory. It displays, it mines, all that kind of stuff. I may try the BIOS switch and see if it boots up on the BIOS switch. Well, now that I already pixel patched it, it won't actually tell me if that's a true statement or not. for the time being, I think I'm just gonna leave this in here and let it run. There we go. And yeah, so I think we're caught up. The only cards I have left to test is this 1060, but I'm like 99% sure this works. I'm actually going to take this back to my house and throw it in the old ugly rig because this shroud keeps popping off. Actually, it's clipped on pretty good now. But this is just a really nasty, beat up card, and we don't need it on the web store. We can take it home, give it a new life, a new outlook on life at least. And then I have a 5600 XT. This one does work in Linux, but it has no display. The pixel patcher trick does not work on these. That was a Polaris thing. So I think I might take this one home and mine on this one as well. Yeah, so other than that, I'm going to be having a mining video, a mining update video coming out here shortly. So keep an eye out for that. And it's time to get to work. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a good evening. Adios.